I used to think the worst part of being underground was the dark. The stillness. The way the walls felt like they were closing in. But over time, I learned something worse, the rhythm of it all. The slow, steady grind of captivity. Same food, same orders, same hopeless silence. And yet, something inside me had started to change. Ever since Zoya told me about the execution plan, 3 days left, it was like something had cracked open inside me. I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was noticing the layout of the tunnels, how many steps it took to reach the end of the shift line, which guards got bored easily, which ones drank from their flasks when they thought no one was watching. I began to see things, and I began to plan. We couldn't speak freely, not with the guards nearby, not with listening ears all around. But Zoya and I had found a way to communicate. Brief glances, little gestures. She was good at it, better than me, brave too. I don't think I'd have had the guts to do what she did next if our roles were reversed. It was during tool collection at the end of our shift, the perfect moment. Everyone was tired, heads down, trying not to draw attention. One of the guards, a wiry man with a limp and a twitch in his left hand, leaned against the tunnel wall to light a cigarette. Zoya walked past him, carrying a few dented metal pans. Then, she dropped one. The sound cracked through the tunnel like gunfire. The guard cursed, startled, as he turned around. She bent quickly to pick up the shards, apologizing in a meek voice. But her eyes met mine, just for a heartbeat. I moved. In the shadows behind the guard, among a pile of discarded equipment, I found what I was looking for, a dull, rusted pickaxe handle. Not much use in a real fight, but to me, it was a key. I slipped it beneath my shirt and walked away like nothing had happened. That night, I couldn't sleep. Not just because I was scared, but because I felt something I hadn't felt in days. Control. I waited until the others were asleep and crawled to a quiet corner near the digging site. With a piece of charred wood, I scratched a crude map into the dirt. I marked the spot where I found the tool. I added lines where I thought the site tunnels might lead. It wasn't perfect, but it was a start. Zoya passed me on her way to her sleeping spot. Our eyes met again. This time, I gave her the smallest nod, a silent thank you. She didn't smile, she rarely did, but I saw the tension in her shoulders ease. And then came the voice. Some rats, it said softly, begin to chew at the cage. I froze. My fingers went slack, and I slowly looked up. Standing a few feet away in the torchlight was Commander Rahim. He was taller than I remembered, calm, silent. No guards flanked him, but his presence was enough to silence a room. He stood with his hands behind his back, like he was studying a painting. There's always one, he said, tilting his head slightly. One who thinks the walls are dumb, that the guards are blind. I didn't know what to say. My mouth felt dry. My heartbeat was so loud, I thought it might give me away. He stepped closer. Tell me something, Kabir. Do you believe in redemption? I don't know, I said, barely getting the words out. He studied me for a second more. You will. Then he turned and disappeared into the tunnel, leaving only the flicker of his torchlight in his wake. I didn't move for a long time. My heart wouldn't stop pounding. I wiped the map with the sleeve of my shirt and buried the pickaxe deeper into the dirt. Was he warning me? Testing me? Or had I already failed? I couldn't tell. But I knew one thing, he was watching. The next morning, I kept my head lower, but my eyes sharper. Every detail mattered now. A second saved. A corner turned. A pattern cracked. Because even in this place, in this suffocating grave of stone and dirt, there were still cracks in the walls. And I was going to find them.